I wish I had a picture of it to show you how it used to be and let you see how it is now. It's completely different. I guess at the time, we felt like Webb was a city. Webb is a little town in Tallahatchie County. 32 highway running between the town. Anything you wanted, you could get it right there in Webb, and we didn't have to go nowhere. We could just go down the street a piece and get it. We had about 4 grocery stores, and it had produce, groceries, insect killer, whatever you need, you could get out of any of those stores. We had 3 dry goods stores, and the streets were just full of people. Our community, I don't know the population, but it was a big population in that little city and the surrounding areas.
I'm Georgia Wheeler, born June 25th, 1929, in the town of Webb, Mississippi, Tallahatchie County, and that's where I grew up.
I was born right in town. There's a big house behind that service station. Right there in Webb, when you come out on that back road, there's a service station right there to you. At that four-way stop to your right. There was a big house right behind that station where I was born. But now we moved a whole lot of different places all over Webb. But we stayed on one side of the track. We never did get on the other side of the track. My mother's whole family lived around Webb. We lived right around in the same neighborhood. Hills Quarter, that's what they call it, Hills Quarter. And it was about 4 lines of houses. But we lived on the front row. And behind us, there was another road. So they were just lined up. They were pretty close together. But you were staying in one house, you could just about hear what the other fellow was saying in the other house. That's the reason I always said I wanted to get out in the country where I wouldn't be that close to nobody. I was all fascinated over raising gardens and things of that sort. I was raised up in a shotgun house, 3 rooms. I started school in a church called Brooklyn Chapel, AME Church. And I stayed there until I was about 5th grade, and then I transferred to Sumner from Webb. And from Webb to Sumner, I walked 2 miles to school every day until I finished junior high at Sumner. And I transferred to Aggie High in Clarksdale, where I completed the 10th grade. There was a group of children along the way. We always joined together. We just had a big crowd, and we had a bunch of fun. It didn't seem as far as it was. I enjoyed very much going to school. It meant quite a bit to me then. But after me not finishing, it meant so much more. And that's why I tried my best, and I was very successful to get all my children to go to school. And you don't realize it unless you miss it. If you miss it, you think about it. And you try to push somebody else to correct the mistake you made. All my family worked for the Abbeys. They were real rich people. They owned the bank there in Webb. It was the Bank of Webb. They had plantation, all kind of, raised all kind of cotton, corn, and what have you. They were real rich people. We had a gin up there, and my uncle ran that gin for the Abbeys. So, and my aunts and uncles all worked for that man. We worked for them, just worked in the field for them. And then one, they had Mama hauling cotton choppers for them. And so she hauled cotton choppers and overseed them. And then she decided she was going to make a sharecrop with them. And it didn't turn out like she wanted. And when she went to the man that talked, she went to then Abby's son to talk to him about it. And he sat there and crossed his legs and told us, well, Georgia, it's just that. And so that was her last time making a sharecrop, because she wasn't satisfied with the outcome of it, because wasn't too much they could tell her, no way. Because I know she asked her, the lady she was working with in her house, she asked her, could she have a son now? And she told us that, no, Georgia, you can't have no son now. She just had last son now. But she told us that, well, Miss Ellington, it's 52 Sundays in a year. And I can have them all up and walked out. So that was the most work the people had in that area, the farm work, working on the plantations. Only public work they had around where it was a gin. That was just about it, a gin. As the generation grew younger, they didn't want to do what the older people had done. They decided they wanted to make a better life, and they went north to get them a good job. And then after they go, after a while, mostly somebody out of the family would follow them, and so that's how it would happen. As the old person left, and then the younger people followed them. It was in my teenagers when I can remember the people really leaving Webb. So many people, their friends, relatives, and all. The train come through Webb, and they would catch that train and go, because they already had, most people had relatives already there, and they would all catch the train, and that's how they left Webb, the other bus, the Greyhound bus. And the train was coming right down through the town of Webb. So we would go out so many Sunday evenings and just watch the people leaving we go to we call it the depot. And it's always so many people left and went north. It's not the same. I be sad now when I go there because I had some good days